Have you heard about reintegration money? Have you heard about reintegration support? I know you're asking yourself, what is it? Well, Sweden can give you up to 5,000 euros if you decide to return to your country as an asylum seeker. When did this happen? How did it start? We're going to discuss it right here. I will tell you which countries can and will receive reintegration support if you decide to return back to those countries as an asylum seeker from Sweden. How have you been? I hope you're doing great. If you're bumping onto my channel for the first time, don't hesitate. Just click on the subscription button below, turn on the notification, and we will be on this together. Comment what you'd like me to talk about on this channel. I'll be more than glad to try my best to deliver. If you're a returning subscriber, you know I love you. Thank you so much for your consistency. Now, let's get into this. I'm gonna give you the information that is ongoing, by the way. It's a new legislation that was passed this year. If you haven't heard about it, it's already in action.
Your attention, please.
So let's have a look at what we are talking about. So if you're returning to your country of origin, you can receive support worth up to 5,000 euros. As an adult, from 1st of March 2025, and children can receive their assistance, reintegration money or reintegration support as they call it, if the following applies to you. Your application for asylum was rejected, or you have withdrawn your application for asylum in Sweden. It is likely that you will be received in your country to which you intend to return and you intend to reestablish yourself. So that's why you're being given support. You are in Sweden when you apply, so you're worth getting the support. If you're sentenced to expulsion because you committed a crime, then forget it. You're not entitled to receive assistance, I'm afraid. So this is only for those whose asylum application was rejected or you withdrawn, and you make sure you apply in Sweden. And of course, you will be received in your country of return. Now, you can get this assistance if you will be returning to the following countries: in Armenia, Bangladesh, Democratic Republic of Congo, Egypt, El Salvador, Ethiopia, Gambia, Iraq, Jordan, Mongolia, Morocco, Nigeria, Pakistan, and Somalia. These are, until now, the countries that can receive support if you decide to return to those countries. But you have to be the citizen of those countries, of course. Now, why is it that Sweden has decided to implement this law? Government is trying to carry out, a paradigm towards the immigration. So the policy that is responsible and sustainable in the long term. This means that Sweden is redirecting its focus from being a country for asylum immigration to a new beginning, which means they want to make it more like export country or for labor immigration instead. Sweden needs to continue to attract foreign experts, researchers, and talents in order to strengthen Swedish competitiveness and Sweden's status as a research nation. So they decided to implement this law so that they can reduce asylum immigration, create a better condition for successful integration. The government believes in every individual's motivation. Integration policy should enable more people to contribute to Swedish society. This is why they are actually letting people go. or they're thinking about, that this law will help them get rid of more immigrants. The amount of support you can receive depends on, one, when you choose to return, and two, when you return, you and your family members can receive support equivalent to a maximum of 5,000 and a minimum of 1,000 per person. Keep that in mind, per person. So here are some drop down amount of money that you can receive from the Swedish government when you decide to return to your country, and why. So 5,000 will be granted to each family member who choose not to appeal to Swedish Migration Agency decision to reject their asylum application and leave Sweden within the time specified in the decision. An asylum seeker who withdraws the application is granted the same amount. Get it? So it's more like you do not have to fight back. You agree, then you get your 5,000. If you're 10 members in the family, 5,000 each, that's 50 grand. So 3,000 will be granted to each family member who has appealed the decision of the Swedish Migration Agency to the court and voluntarily leave Sweden within the time specified on the decision. So you decide to leave before any damage is done, then you can get yourself a 3,000 euro. 2,000 will be granted to the main applicants, so lead applicants, and 1,000 to each other family member who has appealed and the decision of the Swedish Immigration Agency to court. So I'm not sure if it's a good thing or not a good thing to appeal once your decision has been made and you've been denied asylum, because it can maybe affect your option to get support. I would really love to hear more opinion, especially the immigrants in Sweden or those who've been in Sweden for quite a while. Which one is the best option to take? Appeal or not appeal? And if you appeal, do you usually succeed? And if you don't appeal, what awaits you in your country? And of course, 1,000 will be granted to person who leaves Sweden by force, i.e. after the Swedish Immigration Agency has handed over their case to Swedish police authority. You don't want to reach that point. I don't think it's a good thing. So this money or this process has a limitation, by the way. We don't know what will happen after. We don't know what will be the next action that will be taken by the Swedish immigration. But keep in mind that these changes are valid from 1st of March 2025 till 31st of December 2025. In addition to reintegration support, it is also possible to apply for a cash aid, so-called re-establishment support, which I will talk about on my next video, by the way. So comment below, what do you think? Should you appeal or not appeal? Should you leave before the decision is made? Remember, the money is there, but is money worth reintegrating into your country? Is it enough or you need more? Mind you, you can get the reintegration and also the re-establishment support if you come from specific countries, which I will explain on my next video. So don't forget to subscribe and comment. What is your thought? Guys, this is what is going on right now. And I will talk about, I will explain about the change of tracks, including this one. You have the change of tracks, which will come on my next video as well, as I prepare to give you who and how you can get the re-establishment money if you qualify, who is qualified for the re-establishment money. Guys, till next time, I love you. Don't forget to comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and support, because that's the only thing that helps this lady on her channel. as I deliver important information. It might not be useful to you, but you might know someone who might actually benefit from this information. So don't forget to share. Till next time, love you guys.